Hey you. McLaren makes one of the most exclusive cars on this entire planet, and it's one of the sexiest looking cars to have ever been made. I am a car guy, and to me, McLaren compared to most other supercar brands is like Nutella compared to Tesco's everyday value chocolate bar. They don't copy others, they get copied. So I've arranged a list of things that you most likely don't already know about McLaren. Starting with number 9, when Ford won its first ever 24 Hours of Le Mans race against Ferrari, the driver of one of 3 Ford GT40s that crossed the line that day, making history, was none other than Bruce McLaren, aka the dude who founded the McLaren car company that we know today. What a legend. Number 8. While testing one of his cars in 1970, Bruce McLaren crashed and died. Now at number 7, every single NASCAR team is powered by McLaren. More specifically, the ECU is provided by McLaren. That's short for Engine Control Unit, which basically operates the engine. This happened around 2011 and 2012 when NASCAR decided to switch to an electric ECU, so McLaren swiftly moved in and closed a deal with them. Into number 6, McLaren makes its own cartoons. Believe it or not, they actually have an animated series which is called Toons. Each episode is an ode to their history while briefly showing how they operate their F1 department. Not even Ferrari does this, or any other car company as far as I know. McLaren is freaking amazing.
Your mission is to track it down.
Okie dokie.
Number 5. Yet another venture for this small car company. McLaren owns a series of restaurants across London and even operates alongside Gordon Ramsay. They even specialise in catering. Amazingly, they only started this to feed VIP guests watching races. Now at number 4, as if restaurants weren't enough, they make their own bikes. Not just any cycles, but all-out carbon fibre racing bikes. These things aren't cheap. One of these come with a price tag of £16,000 or $22,000. Just let that sink in. Number 3, and it does not end. They also make bobsleds. I am not even making this up. In fact, during the Sochi Winter Olympics in 2014, Team GB took home a gold medal in a bobsled that was made by McLaren. Winning is just their second nature. Moving on to number 2, I have to mention the P1, but I couldn't find anything that wasn't already obvious until I found out this. The entire body of the P1 is actually just made up of 3 basic sections which can be removed really easily. You can order a new set of panels with your own choice of colour just so you can switch between them as you wish. After all, if you have the money you can practically buy anything, and you have to be rich, since the price of a new set of P1 panels is $250,000. You can literally buy a McLaren 650S for the same exact price. Now before I reveal the number 1, please go ahead and subscribe, it will help me out, and don't forget subscribing is completely free, and while you're doing that please also leave a like. Now finally, the ultimate number 1. Sticking to the McLaren P1, it is the first ever car to use carbon silica brakes, which is one of the hardest materials on earth. The only other time this metal was used elsewhere was on a space rocket. Did you enjoy this video? Well, let me know by smashing that like button, and tell me what's your favourite thing about McLaren, or if McLaren P1 is in fact the sexiest car in the entire world. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a great day. The Ganja Kid is out.
Love it.